Wow.
Wow.
I just wanted some sauce on those zingers.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show, a show where a middle-aged man talks about tech news and whatever the hell I feel like talking about. A couple shameless plugs. Make sure you subscribe to this channel called REVIEWTECHUSA. I upload content on a fairly regular basis, and I stream on a regular basis as well, and also sub to my ASMR channel called Tech25 ASMR. I'll have a link to everything I mentioned below in the description and top pin comment.
Just look at it as I stretch it.
All right, so Xbox, it's time to talk about it again. You know how this goes. There's going to be a lot of news now that Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond are both leaving the company. Yes, the Xbox CEO, Phil Spencer, who has been with Microsoft since the late 80s, is stepping down to retire. Now, he put out a big corpo speak message, and I read it in the previous video I had up on this. But you can never take, and it's no shot at Phil Spencer with this, but you can never take those messages to heart or take them seriously, because they're always going to put the best foot forward in those messages and be as professional as possible. So you're never going to get the full story. And that's, again, it's not a shot at Phil Spencer. It's just the reality of it. Well, I got some interesting news that may make you flaccid. Phil Spencer wasn't going to retire. He was forced out. This comes from techforgamers.com. I'll read it to you, then we'll discuss. In a message he shared publicly, Phil Spencer that is, Phil said he'd been thinking about retiring for nearly a year now. However, that apparently wasn't the case. According to a new report which suggests that Phil originally intended to retire after the release of the next-gen Xbox and is now being forced out of his role early due to last year's underperformance for the gaming division. And underperformance is an understatement. Why it matters. It seems like Xbox is set to enter a new generation with a major shift from its past strategy, which is just selling PCs with an Xbox logo on them. I'm not kidding. That's literally what they're going to do. And as such, the older leadership being part of this change wouldn't be a good fit. Now on X, a industry insider named Ghost of Hope said that, yeah, no, this whole thing with Phil Spencer retiring because he wanted to move on to a new chapter, yeah, that wasn't the case. He was planning on it, but not yet. Very obvious this was the case. He truly wanted to retire after the next Xbox launch, but instead was likely forced out because of the past year of underperformance. Not really sure what happened with Sarah Bond, but she had lots of plans in motion to take over from Phil when he retired. Now we know the next Xbox CEO is going to be Asha Sharma, and she promises that she's not going to make AI slop be incorporated into the Xbox brand, even though for the past 2 years she was the head of the AI division for Microsoft. So there's that. Now, if you go into everything that happened in 2025, the price hike for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, they had layoffs and studio closures. Like, they were coming out with that awesome Perfect Dark remake, gone, not happening anymore. Retailers were dropping the Series X and S consoles, and it has been marked as the worst year on record sales-wise for Xbox consoles.
Also, there's a big speaker on the top too, which is pretty kind of cool, or there's speaker systems.
Major games like Doom the Dark Ages and Indiana Jones and The Great Circle coming to competing platforms like the PlayStation 5, which completely takes away the necessity of owning an Xbox console if there's going to be no damn exclusives. And then you add on top of that the everything is an Xbox. Your phone is an Xbox. This is an Xbox. If you could stream from a Samsung TV or a smart device that has the Xbox app, you could stream games on that. So why do you need our hardware? We have our games going to every platform. So why do you need our hardware? Why do you need to be in the Xbox ecosystem when you could just play Doom the Dark Ages on your PS5 or PS5 Pro? It just didn't make any sense. And from that perspective, Phil seems like one of the nicest people, or in like the top 10 nicest people in the industry, Phil Spencer, that is. But if you're going from a performance perspective, yeah, last year was brutal for Microsoft. And I am sure that executives sat around and said, yeah, we need fresh blood in here to see if they could put the brand in a different direction. And here comes Asha Sharma. Now, there's one thing I want to say that I'm probably going to make a short about this too. Could we stop with the fact, like, going after her because of her ethnicity and the fact that she's a woman? Can we, is that the reason why? Look, we could go into the fact that she was in the AI division working on the core AI product for Microsoft. We could go into the fact that I've seen some things and I haven't looked into them yet. I may make another video on it where they tried to like fluff up her gamer tag and make it like she's played a bunch of games on Xbox in like a short period of time, like a month. If those are things you want to look into her about, that's fine. But going after her because she's a female and her ethnicity is just dumb. Could we grow up now? Listen, I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt, and maybe even though she was in the AI division, she will wow us and put Xbox in the right direction. But I'm skeptical because, yeah, it's Microsoft, and Microsoft just looks at gaming like it's a nuisance. Let's just keep it real. This is Rich of Review Tech USA signing out. Have a good one.